Hello, my name's Scott Munger, and I just want to introduce myself. I'm the instructor for this course. This is Computer Concepts. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about myself and go over the syllabus. And we'll see if you have any questions or anything, you're more than welcome to message me. Alright, well, I'm Scott Munger, computer science instructor at Northwest Mississippi Community College. My office is 220. I'm in the DeSoto Center in South Haven. So if anyone ever needs anything, you just come by there. I'm pretty much there every single day. I teach 8 to 10 physical classes every semester. So also have a lot of office hours, so particularly on Monday, Wednesday. So you're more than welcome to stop by, message, whatever you need. Get in touch with me, ask. Syllabus should be posted along with this video. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this, hopefully answer any questions you guys may have, anything else that you want to know, just send a message and I'll reply back. Alright, well this is Computer Concepts, as the title says. We're going to be going over basic computer concepts first, then moving into Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Those are our 4 topics for this semester. The beginning of this course turns out to be a little different than the rest of it as far as methods of instruction. Physically, I would lecture and stand in front of people and talk about stuff. Online, I have videos, which will be the exact same lectures that I'm going to do in class. So those of you who are online will have videos posted. At the beginning of each chapter, you'll get more at the beginning of the book because there's more concepts. Those will be posted. You watch the videos, and there'll be a little short quiz for you online folks to do every week. Once we get out of the first chapter, we'll move into Word. At this point, or a little bit before, you will be using your book. You absolutely have to have this book. Everything in this class will come with the book. Don't wait just because we're not using it on the first day or the first week. You absolutely need to get that. It also comes with a little orange card, SAM code. Don't lose that if you've got it because it's about $100. If you borrowed the book from someone else, well, we're still going to be using that SAM card. You can get it at the bookstore, I believe. You can get it online. I can send out a link for anybody who needs it. Make sure you don't just order it off Amazon or somewhere else because there's several different versions of this and they don't all work. Now, once we get through the initial lecture portion, there'll be a good bit of lectures, some quizzes every week. We'll move into where you're actually going to do assignments every week. Now, I'll post a couple of assignments every week, maybe somewhere between 3, 5, something along the lines of that. Obviously, you want to do as many as you can. For my online class, everything should be typically posted Sunday night, Monday morning. Everything will be graded from the previous week, and you can see your grades on Canvas. Now, online, you must turn in one assignment every week. It's just not a, I'll do it when I feel like it. You have to turn in something every week. And that ties into absences and attendance, and we'll get to that here in a minute. But there'll be assignments posted. You do the assignment, you submit it on Canvas. If there is a problem or issue, or you messed up on something, well, you'll lose points. Next week, fix it, turn it back in, and I will regrade it for you. Until we get to the test day. Test week will be the very last week to turn in those assignments. If you don't turn them in, or if you missed them, or if you messed up and you never fixed them, they will stay whatever grade they were. So you have plenty of time, plenty of opportunity to fix any mistakes you happen to make. Now, we'll have a test every section. Concepts will have one, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. We'll have a presentation type thing for you to do. And then you'll have your final exam. And the final exam is going to be cumulative over everything we've gone over throughout the semester. Now, required textbooks. Again, you are required to have that textbook. If you can't get the textbook, drop the class because you're not going to pass. Every assignment's going to come from that book. Even if you were in my physical class, you would not be able to do anything without the book. The current book is actually about $100 and something cheaper than the old book. So it's nowhere near as expensive as it used to be. Still, it's not dirt cheap either. You might be able to find something cheaper online, but keep in mind that card, if you buy it separate, is about $100. If you get the book for more, you may end up actually spending more than if you got it all at the bookstore or something like that. But you do need to have that book. And if you go a month or two, and I've had people try to go the entire semester without it, and not one has passed. You have to have that book. Now, grading policy is relatively normal. 90 up is an A, 89 to 80 is a B, 70, 79 C, and so on. Attendance policy. Now, physically, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you guys get 6 absences. Doesn't mean you have to have 6 absences. It means that's how many you get. Tuesday, Thursdays get 4 absences. Online, you get 2 absences. And online may be wondering, well, what's an absence? Well, every week you have to turn in at least 1 assignment. Now, typically I will post a couple of assignments. Early on there may just be 1 or 2, but later when we get to Word, Excel, PowerPoint, there will be more. You only absolutely have to do 1, but if you do that, once it gets close to test time, you will have to do all of them. They all have to be turned in on test day. So if you just go in, do 1 assignment, and then the next week go in, do 1 assignment, you're going to have like 8 or 10 due on test day, along with the test. So don't do that, because the people last semester that did that were not able to finish. And the way the class works is, if you do the assignments, you do them on time, you turn them in, I grade them, get your feedback back, correct them, and all that stuff. That is all the practice you need for the test, aside from maybe studying some terms and stuff. If you wait till the last minute, you're going to miss out on that, and typically everyone who's done that did not do well on the test. Now, okay. Tardies, online doesn't really have tardies. Physically, you do. If you have a physical class, make it on time. Now, back to absences, online gets 2. That means if you go 2 weeks without doing assignments, you're absent twice. And I'll post absences on Canvas for everybody to see. But you have to turn something in before Sunday night, midnight. I'll have due dates and stuff posted and all that. The third time, you fail the class. It doesn't matter if you have a perfect 100, you still fail. You have to turn stuff in. You have to attend the class. Now, plagiarism and cheating. This is an online class, or a physical class, depending on where you're at, but it's a computer class. Now, of course, if you have problems, questions, you come to me, ask, message, whatever you need to do. Ask questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer, maybe even send you videos on how to do this or that. This class is not difficult. There is a good bit of work, but I mean, for the most part, it's relatively easy. You get walked through most things step by step. And by the time you get to the test, if you've done the work, you've done everything you need to do well on the test. Now, if you ask somebody to show you how to do something, that's fine. How did you do that? And they show you. You want to ask me? That's fine too. If you ask somebody to, give you their file, turn it in. This goes in. Make sure that if you have a brother, sister, wife, cousin, whatever, friend that's doing the class too, one of you does not do the assignments and both of you turn them in. If you do that, you will get 0s for every assignment that happens on the first time. The second time, you will fail the class and you will not be in it anymore. So make absolutely certain that you do your own work. If you turn in someone else's work, not only are you probably going to fail the test anyway, you're going to fail the assignments as well. It's actually not that hard to figure out if someone's cheating. There's a lot of little details that Word and Excel and all these Office applications keep track of. So make absolutely certain that you do your own stuff. Now, if you're working on the same computer as somebody else, let's say a wife-husband situation or something, let me know. you still have to do your own work. Everyone's required to do their own stuff. I've had people in the past think, oh, well, we're taking it together. One of us, and we're working on the same computer, so we'll just turn in the same thing. One of us watches the kids and the other does the assignments. That's not going to work. Whoever is in this class, each person has to turn in their own stuff. If you don't, you won't get credit for it. Now, emergency procedures, well, I will have gone over this physically if you were in a physical class. Obviously, if you're online, well, if there's a fire, don't stay in the house. Obviously, if there's a tornado, find a safe place, and earthquakes, well, I think we're all doomed if that happens. And that's generally your description of your syllabus here. So, the very last page of this is the course outline. This has my personal information, my room number, my phone number at the Northwest campus, my email address. The easiest way to actually get in touch with me is probably through Canvas. If you message me through Canvas, I get a message on my phone and I can reply to it pretty quickly. Although my phone has been acting up since Christmas, it's decided to completely ignore me and not check my email messages, so I have to fix that. And hopefully that'll get fixed soon, but I can still reply to you pretty quickly. I've also got a list on this last page of the assignments, or not the assignments, but the order in which we're going to do the assignments and everything. ISBN numbers for the book, as well as a rough draft of the grades and things like that. Makeup policy. If you miss a test, if you don't turn it in, if you're physical, that means you didn't come to class that day. If you're online, that means that, well, you didn't turn it in before the midnight deadline. Do not wait till the very last second to do it. If it's due midnight and I see you did it at 11:50, probably the grade won't be stellar. But the makeup test policy is basically this. There isn't one. You get a drop test instead. So if you missed a test or bombed a test, this gives you a chance to make it up on the final exam. The final exam will count twice and replace whatever your lowest test grade is. Now, if the final exam happens to be your lowest test grade, then, well, it'll count once. It won't hurt you as much. But typically, if you did well on all the other exams, you will probably do well on the final, particularly if you study. That is pretty much it. So if you have any questions or problems or anything, just feel free to ask. I'll be at Northwest or answering my emails if any of you have any questions. Thank you, and hope to see you this semester.